Hi guys, it's Tristina, coming to you with week 3 of my weight loss journey update. So yeah, last week was my second week, of course, and it went okay. Like during the week, it went okay. I stuck to the plan Monday through Friday. If you're just watching this video, I explained my meal plan in my last video, which is no flour, no sugar, Monday through Friday, and on the weekends, give myself a little leeway. I'm starting to rethink the leeway because the last 2 weekends I've kind of gone a little bit crazy. I went to brunch yesterday. It was very tasty, but not so good for me. So I think I'm just starting to kind of reconsider this whole, free-for-all on the weekends kind of thing. So I think I'm gonna have to rework that, which is fine. I think what's important is that I rework it for myself and not having Weight Watchers or some diet plan tell me what time I'm supposed to be eating, when I'm supposed to be eating, how. But I think arriving at the same conclusions that they will probably arrive at, but arriving at them on my own journey and not somebody else's. And I'm not downplaying any of those weight loss plans. If that's what you're doing, that's fine. But for me personally, I feel that it's important for me to have my own conviction about being healthy and being healthy. So, and that really only comes through working at it yourself and trial and error. And so I trialed my weekends, and I think the way I've designed them is kind of an error. So I'm going to rework them, and I'll talk about it next week. I'm not exactly sure how. So this kind of whole idea of choices and, the journey segues nicely into what I want to talk about today, which is I really want to talk about control and what's good control, and for me, what's good control and what's bad control. Now, as you guys just heard me say, I'm kind of controlling just in general in my life, and it usually works out for me. It usually is fine. In school, it's good to be controlling because you want to keep a firm grasp on, where you're at, where your grades are, where you're going in your career. So school, it's been nice for me to be controlling because it helps me really do well. In other areas of my life, I think that's the only place it works. But school is the only place that stuff works. Because every other aspect of my life has to do with relationships, friends, family, all those things. And control doesn't really work when you're trying to work with human beings. So, first of all, for me, what's good control and bad control? I think good control, now these are just my thoughts. I think good control is when you are able to set boundaries for yourself and not go beyond those things. It's really also having a grasp on reality, of what can I control and what can I control, and really knowing the difference with that. With the food and why we're here today, I really don't have a good grasp on what good control and bad control are. Example. This is an example of what I think my bad control is. When I am on my weekends or before I even started this, which so would be pretty much every day, I would have a precise fantasy or precise idea of what I wanted to eat, how it should taste, what it should have on it, how I would be, where I would be while I was eating it, and the ambiance around me eating what I'm eating, and so my day would be centered around setting that whole thing up. Right? So if I wanted to have a Chipotle burrito while watching Scandal, with my candles and my favorite blanket in my living room, that is a very precise fantasy. And I would spend my day trying to find a way to get to Chipotle, get my blanket, get the candles going, get my scandal on, and get everything set in place. And you might ask, what's wrong with that? I think that food is not supposed to be like a date. It's not supposed to be something so intensely emotional like that, where you have to set the stage, and you should just be able to pick up something and eat it and move on with your life. This is what I'm thinking. So for me, it doesn't really work like that. It works kind of like the example I just gave you, except it was every day, all the time, different shows, different setup. So I really want to try to get out of that control and that chasing such precise satisfaction of trying to achieve some exact feeling, that after I'm done watching Scandal and eating the Chipotle burrito and under my blanket with the candles going, I still feel pretty empty and guilty too, because I just ate a whole burrito that I didn't need. So yeah, so I think really trying to achieve satisfaction through more healthy means is something that I need to work on. And so yeah, so you guys might ask, like, you know, how did you become like this? How are you, you know, a control freak in this area? And I don't have an answer for that. I just know that it's just something that has always been a part of my personality. I wouldn't go as far as saying I was born with it or it's in my genetics or something, but it's something that I could definitely remember doing since I was little. And so yeah, so I have notes once again, so if I'm looking down, just making sure I say everything. Oh, and so I have this funny phrase, which is also my title for today: eating salad like a cheeseburger. So you're eating a salad, which is what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, is eating salad and vegetables and protein and fruits and all these good things, but I'm eating it trying to achieve still that precise satisfaction that I just talked about. So then it becomes almost pointless, because eventually what's going to happen is, if I keep going this way, I'm either going to find another habit to try to fill that satisfaction, which probably won't be a healthy one, or I'm just going to give up and go back to my old ways, and trying to chase this good feeling, this you know, imaginary feeling that's never going to happen. So yeah, so let's see. So this week, I'm going to really work on setting boundaries for myself, and following through with them, even if in that moment I want to have control and I don't want to follow the boundary that I set before, and I want to just sit down in front of the TV and eat. This week I'm really going to try to eat without the TV on, eat at the table, eating in situations that aren't set up for comfort, but just set up for me eating and moving on. And maybe after that, watching my show under my blanket or whatever, but not trying to create, you know, having a date with a cheeseburger. You know what I mean? So, anyway, so yeah, that's what I really want to work on this week. And I know I said I would post pictures, and I haven't been doing it, but I'm really going to start. And yeah, it's just, yeah. I have an internship, and then I have school at night, so it gets kind of hectic, but I'm really going to make an effort to do that within the next couple of weeks to start kind of getting some momentum on my Instagram page. So yeah, I really would like to hear your thoughts, and am I alone in this craziness, having dates with, you know, my fast food, you know, or is it something that somebody else can relate to, you know, anything to not make me feel crazy that I just told y'all that. So anyway, thanks you guys for watching, and try to stay healthy this week, because I know I will. Bye bye.